What is going on, everybody? I am back, um, making hopefully a little bit more consistently. I was feeling a little bit burnt out there for a little bit. Um, Try not to put in as many rules on myself and still make this fun for me, um, so I can keep doing stuff like this. Hopefully, I think I enjoy doing it, but I don't want to burn myself out. So I took a much needed break. I'm back, posted again, hanging out. I'm with Hector. He's one of my best friends right here. He's a good dog. You ready? Sure. Two. Yep. Bang. What's up? Yeah. Good boy. Mm. Um, but I had a few things I want to talk about today. As usual. God, you're so cute, man. Huh? Gar, 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 gar. Yep. All right. Go do your thing, man. He's going to hang out with us, maybe. Um, what I wanted to talk about today was a study that my brother sent me called Universe 25. This was a study uh, conducted in the 1960s and 70s by John B. Calhoun, I think is how you say his name. Calhoun. Calhoun. Calhoun, maybe. Um, the purpose of the study was to study the effects of overpopulation uh, on behavior using mice in a controlled environment. So, this controlled environment, obviously, there was no predators. They had infinite sources of food and water, and it was the study was nicknamed Mouse Utopia or Mouse Paradise, something like that. Yeah, Mouse Paradise. And what they quickly found out in this study, and it had been done multiple times after that in similar settings with different scientists and all that stuff. But what they quickly found out is that uh, at first there was population growth and everything was looking up. The mice quickly reproduced, doubling every 55 days. And eventually, as the population grew past 600 mice, social behaviors started breaking down. So there was increased aggression. Mothers started neglecting their young and attacking their young. Males became passive and hyper aggressive. Uh, and then eventually, the mice started isolating themselves. They stopped mating altogether. Some males became withdrawn, groomed excessively, and showed no interest in females. And for some reason, Calhoun dubbed these the beautiful ones. That's weird. That's just a weird side note. Uh, and then in the final stage, even when the population began to decrease, the social structure never recovered. No new mating or parenting occurred, and the colony died out. And I found this super interesting. Um, I know you can't really relate how mice act in a society to how people act in a society because obviously very different species and humans are a bit smarter, but it's still, I believe, a cool study on society and how what happens when we can put ourselves in a perfect place, right? uh, a lot of what I've been trying to do with cupping ears myself is trying to find ways if to reach a perfect world. But after I read this study, I kind of shifted my perspective on to I don't necessarily think that perfection is key. We all know that perfection is unreachable. Nothing is ever perfect. Um, and I started to think that maybe stagnation is our enemy. So once everything is perfect, once we are comfortable, we end up making problems for ourselves as the mice did, right? They had food, they had water, they had no natural predators, and then they started attacking themselves and they started killing themselves and killing others, and the population became extinct. And with that being said, I believe that as long as that there is a move towards perfection, there is a move towards something better, which is forever changing our goal on what perfection is. will forever be changing. Um, that is the key to a thriving society, to a thriving community. As soon as something becomes stagnant still, and there's no progression or evolution beyond that, I think we'll start to notice bad things will occur. Um, I think we can even see this in forms of modern society where we have everything that we need. Um, I have food, I have water, I have a house over my head, I have friends and family to love me. Uh, but yet, I would say my life is far from perfect. It's a lot better than it could be if I was somewhere else with a different family and a different environment. Um, but I'm comfortable. And as soon as I sit back on my couch and accept that comfortability and accept that everything is how it should be, that is when I believe your brain and your body starts to attack itself. People that obviously that isolate themselves, that don't participate in social interaction, um, show increased signs of depression, anxiety, mental health issues, all that stuff. And that's because you become stagnant, you become alone. There's no push or motivation or need to grow past comfortability, and that will be the end of us all. I think. I think that if there's always something else that you want to be doing, you should do it, and that's kind of why I started making these videos. And that's not actually not kind of why, that is why I started making these videos. That's why I do a lot of things. That's why I speak on hobbies so much, because there's always room to grow in every aspect of your life. And those lessons that you learn in one aspect of your life can translate to other aspects of your life. I'm not trying to, or I guess I am trying to chase what I see myself as my perfect me. Um, but I know I will never reach it. And that now that my perspective has changed, it's become um, less unhopeful and more rewarding. That I'm doing these things to stay busy. I'm doing these things to add to myself, hopefully to add to the people around me. And once I stop doing that, I think I'd have no purpose. And I think that can be related to society as well. Once we stop working for better, then no matter how comfortable we are, no matter, I don't know, especially in the United States, we're a pretty privileged country. We have our own problems, but compared to other places, we seem to have it pretty good, especially me, um, being from Wyoming and fitting in with the people around me. Um, I'm pretty cozy. So if I just let that comfortability seep into my life and I don't move past it, trying to find different questions to answer and different things to learn, then it'll hurt me. It'll hurt the people around me. And that's a domino effect, right? Hurt people, and hurt people hurt people. But like I've said in a previous video, healed people heal people, right? Uh, so we're also, I think, we're not chasing perfection. I think we just got to chase progression, chase movement. Perfection will never be touched. It can never be touched. If everything was perfect, it'd be so boring. I tell a lot of my friends whenever they're going through a hard time, and I try to tell myself when I'm going through a hard time, that all the bad, ugly, meanness in life is a blessing in itself. Uh, the ability to feel these feelings gives you the ability to feel the best of the best, right? Um, so it's all a balancing act. I mean, you can only be the happiest if you've been the saddest, right? Uh, and that's all perspective, and that's all movement. That's all working towards something. So yeah, I guess moral of the story is stagnation is the death of us, and movement is for the best of us. Bang. Have a good one. Much love.